All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight. Let me just make sure that the notification has gone out. Not yet. We'll check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that's running smoothly until the notification does go out. And it looks like the back end of YouTube is rolling well. Come on, YouTube. Push that notification through. Come on. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's also make sure that things are rolling smoothly on Facebook while we wait for the YouTube notification to go out. Sometimes they go out right away, and sometimes those notifications take a minute or so. Let's check out Facebook real quick. Those notifications take a minute or so. We're good. We're good on Facebook. We're good on Facebook. And that notification still hasn't gone out on YouTube. Did you folks get a notification by any chance out there? Let me know in the chat if you got the notification. I'm not really too concerned with it. I don't think I've gone live more than 3 times in the last 24 hours. So I think this is the 3rd time I've gone live in the last 24 hours. So I should be good, but hey, if it doesn't go out, it's not a big deal. People will still see it, through their feed. Okay. And before we move further, let me also pay special props once again to this channel sponsor very briefly until we get our little spiel put together, the little bumper that we're going to put together sometime soon. That's the Discover Community Network. And if you want to find out more about the Discover Community Network, go to the description about a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things. And you'll see a couple of websites there, the main website and also the DCN Internet Radio Network. All right. So I'm going to get right to it. Don't know how long I'm going to be on for tonight. Probably at least an hour. If I need more time, I'll take a quick break, refill my coffee. Just made a fresh pot of coffee, and then I'll come back a little bit longer. For those of you that have been following me for a while, they know that I love this coffee from Costco, the Kirkland brand Colombian Supremo, and a couple of months ago. They stopped carrying it in stores, and you couldn't even buy it online. And I was disappointed because I really loved that coffee. For $15 for 3 pounds, it was the best coffee ever, right? Well, they ended up replacing it with another Colombian Supremo brand made by Jose, or Jose's is the company, right? And all of a sudden, I went on to Costco.com a few weeks back, and there it is, it's back. So I'm using my last bag of Jose's, and the Kirkland Colombian Supremo is back. $15 for 3 pounds of Colombian Supremo coffee, whole beans, grind it right before you brew it, and it's so amazing. Tastes incredible. I haven't had instant coffee like Folgers or U-Ban or any of those other, instant brands in ages. When you go from drinking a whole bean coffee freshly ground before you brew it to, instant coffee, it's like drinking sand almost. It's horrible. Hey, Mr. Wondering Haggis, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Let me check out Facebook real quick. Nothing's happening over there. I'm going to go through the YouTube chat, and then we're going to get to the topic. Self-work is the topic. And I do have an update. Something interesting happened tonight. I'm going to incorporate this all into the topic. I was on a few panels today. The notification just went out. The notification just went out. It took like 4 minutes, but at least you pushed it out, YouTube. Better late than never. Maybe there are a lot of people globally streaming, and you had a lot of notifications to send out to other channels. So thank you for sending it out. Like I said, I was on a couple panels today. I mentioned one of them I was on earlier in my earlier stream. You want to go check out that replay. You'll find out a little bit more about what happened this morning and another topic along with it. And then about an hour before I just went live here, I was on another panel. And I'll share with you folks a little bit more about that. If you want to watch a clip of the panel I was on briefly earlier this morning, go to my community tab, and I have a link shared there with the clip. And the posting shares a little bit of the story. But if you want to find out the full story, go back to my previous stream. All right, Mutt Nuts World's in the house. Hey, Eli and everyone. Hey, Mutt, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I got your message behind the scenes as well. Your allergies are driving you crazy. My allergies have been, doing really well lately. Like, it's unusual. I haven't even had to, take my allergy medication. So, yeah, it's been interesting. Like, I haven't been hit hard with allergies this year, so that's a good thing. But I haven't done any deep woods or deep wooded type of hikes in several weeks. So when I get back out there real soon, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Lewis Fuller says, good evening. He's calling me Coach Eli. Good evening, Coach Eli. It's hard to get rid of that coaching title, huh, Lewis? I'm going to address that here in a little bit as well, again tonight. And it'll be interesting, so stay tuned for that. Mutt Nuts World says, hey, Lewis. Lewis Fuller says, I just gave you a like. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis says, hi, Mutt Nuts. The emojis. Mr. Wondering Haggis, how you doing, bro? Says, hey, Lewis. Or hi, Lewis. Lewis Fuller says, some people like their coffee really, really strong. I do, bro. My body is so immune to caffeine, I need like an extra dose of it. So I freshly grind my Colombian Supremo, and I use a little bit more than the normal amount of beans. So that way it's stronger. And I finely grind my beans. You have to understand, folks, the more finely you grind your beans, the stronger the coffee is going to be. Because it's going to be like water, dripping through the filter, and it's going to be like syrup almost going through. Like if you don't grind your coffee really, really fine, it's not going to be as strong. That's a little tip there for people that love coffee. 8-Ball Jack, how you doing? I love fresh coffee too. That's great. That's great. Welcome to the show. First time here. Queen Helen Casey's in the house. How you doing, Queen? She said, I am here. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Mr. Haggis. Hey, Queen, how you doing? How you doing, Queen? Again, I'm glad to see that these people no longer think you're a moonchild. We all make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes. No big deal. Lewis Fuller says, hi, Queen. Lots of blue in the chat. Queen says, hello, Mutt. Hi, Helen. There's a lot of stuff going on. Deceptive Duality. Hey, welcome back. I've got some updates. What up? What up, Eli? Hey, what's going on? Mutt Nuts World says, hey, Queen. Hi, Lewis Coffee Butt says, Mr. Wondering Haggis. Lewis Fuller says, yes. What up, Eli? Sorry, misspelled says deceptive. No problem. Mr. Wondering Haggis, I'm doing good. Thanks. Lewis Fuller says, yes, I love coffee. Me too. Deceptive says, I went in on the internet girlfriend at the end of the Spoiled Millennials stream. Wow, I didn't hear that part. You must have heard me go on there. I still don't know who you are. I'll have to go back and watch that replay. Queen Helen Casey says they would have a hard time proving it. Well, Queen, you're here, and you got your mud wrench, and you've been banning people. Queen, they know they made a mistake. It's not a big deal that they made a mistake. It's just everybody makes mistakes, not just me, right? They came at me thinking that Moonchild was you, right? And what they didn't realize is, Queen, you've gone public on this. Like, you've taken a break from men, right? You've said it many times, right, Queen? Correct me if I'm wrong. I reintroduce her to the steering wheel. Well, I've got some updates regarding what happened on that stream. Like in Theory did a stream earlier tonight. But let me first read out the topic here, because this all pertains. It's just interesting to me how dealing with these people from the other side really brings a lot of value to my topics, to the topics I discuss. And I get a lot of scrutiny from the other side because, when you're talking about the truth and you're sharing topics and they're actually great examples of these topics, they don't like that. And it's not that I'm trying to come at them. I'm actually trying to help them, not directly, but indirectly. And I honestly feel, I'm not saying I'm all that, and I'm not even trying to take credit for this, but I honestly feel I have helped many people on that other side without them even realizing it. And tonight, what I saw on that panel and what happened, you folks are probably not even going to believe it comes out of my mouth. You're not. The topic is self-work corrects past failures and makes you emotionally stronger. One more time. Self-work corrects past failures and makes you emotionally stronger. Folks, we all have experiences. We all go through things. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things that we regret, right? And sometimes we make those same mistakes over and over and over again, right? And then we continue to regret those same mistakes, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with making the same mistake several times, because the more you make the same mistake, the more you're going to identify as a mistake. And it's going to help you correct it if you do the work on yourself. When I'm talking about self-work, it's called personal development, something that many people don't believe in, which is why they, these people that don't believe in self-help and self-work, they don't like life coaches because that's what we do, right? When you do the work on yourself and you start to, dig deep and you start to look at your actions and certain things that you're doing and how they're panning out and not panning out, you start to see these patterns, right? You're putting in all this energy, you're trying to accomplish something, but you keep failing and you keep making the same mistake that's making you fail, right? And if you do the work on yourself, right? If you do the work on yourself and become stronger and start to realize that it's okay to make mistakes and there's nothing wrong with making mistakes as long as you learn from them, you own up to them, and then you learn from them, that's gonna help you become a better person and make you also emotionally stronger. One of the things in life that I had to learn is to become emotionally stronger. When I was younger, I hate to admit this, I was probably, or definitely was, emotionally weaker. In my teens and maybe even in my early 20s. And then I started to realize that I just wasn't owning up to mistakes I was making. I was trying to cover up mistakes because I didn't want to look bad in front of my friends and family. I wanted to save face, but what I didn't realize is that I was hurting myself and making myself look like a fool because my friends and family knew I was making these mistakes. And they also knew I was trying to cover them up. And when I started to realize that the best course of action to take when you make a mistake is to own it and say, I messed up, man. I messed up, gal. Will you forgive me, right? Most people that are decent will say, yeah, no worries, bro. Everybody screws up. I appreciate you owning up to it. That shows a lot of class, right? So, when I started to figure that out, and I started to realize that, you know what? I need to start thinking before I react. I need to really think things over, no matter what situation I'm in, no matter what anyone else says to me. Before I react or overreact, I need to think about what they're saying, analyze it, and react accordingly, right? And react maturely, properly, professionally, etc., right? That takes emotional strength, and you have to learn how to become stronger by doing the work on yourself. I've been talking about this a lot lately, folks, and I've been noticing this. I've been going around testing this around. That's why I've been going on all these panels throughout this dramasphere. Raleigh's panel, Jamie's panel a couple times last few days, right? I went on Rogue Internet Man's panels, right? These are all people that I knew were going to come at me, right? But I went on there because I wanted to test my emotional strength. I wanted to test how far I've come. And what happened? I kept my cool. And because I kept my cool, what happened? These other people lost it, right? They lost their cool. These people used to get off on me losing my cool out here on YouTube, on the YouTube side of things. But now the reverse has happened. I did the work on myself. Now, like I've been mentioning all along, real life and YouTube are two different ball games, right? You can be strong in real life and come out on YouTube, and that's not good enough. You need to be 10 times stronger. You need to have thick skin or tough skin times 10 on YouTube. I had to figure that out. I did the work on myself. It was a lot of work, and I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned from all those mistakes, right? And all those mistakes and past failures have gotten me to the point of where I'm at here today. Thank you, Queen. You know that person. You know those accounts, right? Queen, the one you just banned. You know how to handle that one every time they come in, right, Queen? This is what I love about Queen Helen Casey. This woman knows how to mod my chat. She does. Now, sometimes anybody, including myself, will make a mistake, but for the most part, she knows these people. Huh, Queen? Give me a shout out in the chat, Queen. She goes, yeah, I know. Queen, you love modding my chats because they're fun to mod, right? They're not boring and they're fun to mod, right? So, folks, I had to do the work on myself, right? And I was raised right. But just because you're raised right doesn't mean you're not going to have moments. You're going to have moments, and you have to learn how to become stronger. And the more and more failures you make in life as you get older, the stronger you become, right? Now, let me read the chat here, and I'm going to share with you folks what I experienced earlier tonight on the Liking Theory channel. I went on their panel for a little bit. Now, Jamie, I'm not going to talk about things that we're going to talk about on Monday on your Punsthetic channel when we have a one-on-one. But I'm going to mention what happened tonight because something happened that I'm not even sure you realize. Maybe you do, and maybe you just don't know how to express it, but I'm going to put it out there. But before I get to that, let me check out the chat here. Lewis does coffee. Emma, LOL. Mr. Wondering Haggis. Hey, bro, I'm so glad to have you a part of my channel, dude. You're a good dude, and thank you again to Lewis for introducing me to Mr. Wondering Haggis. It's all about networking, folks, with good people, right? Lewis Fuller says, today one of my YouTube friends was telling me about the trolls that I've been getting, and she said they're acting like 2-year-olds, that I need their diapers changed. Or that need their diapers changed. I think that's what you're trying to say, right, Lewis? Completely agree with you on that, bro. 8 Ball Jacks, is that deceptive? That's just mean. Queen says, yes, I have been busy researching. Of course. Lewis Fuller, message retracted. Okay. Lewis Fuller, Haggis, retract that. Lewis, you're getting demanding. Maybe it's a good thing that you and Haggis both have a mod wrench. That way you can't spite ban each other, right? You guys wouldn't do that. Man, so many times over the years, associating with that other side, the drama side, we spite banned each other so many times. I've never seen anything like it. Wow, we don't do that over here. We don't spite ban people, right? We don't silence people that have an opinion. We silence trolls that attack and are just here to troll and not state anything constructive. If you state something constructive that goes against what I believe in, I'm not going to ban you for that. I don't care whether your opinion is in my favor or not. I care about it being constructive or not. If it's not constructive and it's trolling, you're going to get banned. Anyway, Deceptive Duality says, I'm not always a nice guy at 8-Ball Jack. Neither am I. But I'd rather be a nice guy, or let's call it good guy, because we don't want to project the nice guy stigma. Nice guys finish last, right? 8-Ball Jack says that Deceptive, she probably had a killer headache after that. Deceptive said she is a walking headache. Look, I'm not gonna talk smack about her. I can't even talk. I'm not gonna talk smack about her tonight. But I can understand why you folks are saying that, because none of us are saints here, including this woman. But I do have some good things to say tonight about what happened on that Like and Theory panel, and many of you may disagree, and that's fine. I totally understand it. I'll get to that in a second. Deceptive says, I usually don't talk smack, but if they can do it, we can do it. What comes around goes around. Yeah, you're saying what goes around comes around. If they do it, we'll do it, right? That's what I was saying earlier. I'm at the point right now where, enough is enough. If another YouTuber is going to come at me, I'm going to react to them. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. And I don't really care what anyone says, because it's my channel. And just because I do coaching topics here doesn't mean I don't have an opinion and I'm not going to state one. I don't only do coaching topics. I'm a YouTuber as well. I'm a part of this community. And if somebody comes at me, I'm gonna respond to them 10 times harder and give them a piece of my mind professionally and maturely and teach them and my audience a lesson, right? Lewis Fuller says, we both try to get him, Queen. Yeah, there's a troll in here. We know. Making mistakes is an important part of learning, says Cassandra. Right. You learn from your mistakes. Absolutely. Cassandra, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Queen Helen Case says, Lewis Fuller says, yes. The troll came back in. I think the doctor's in here. He got a new reload of sock accounts. Did you reload your sock accounts, Doc? Queen says, yeah, I know. I clocked them over the head, says Queen. That's good. That's why you're a mod here, Queen, because you're good at it. Lewis Fuller is laughing. JT's EBT card. I gotta say, some of these soccer accounts are pretty funny. JT's EBT card. We're just gonna call him JT. We're not gonna say his full name. It's not a big deal. Man, some people have nothing better to do than to come out here on YouTube and create these funny soccer accounts just to entertain themselves, right? That's funny, JT's EBT card. Cassandra of Troy, I was there. I don't really understand what happened. Cassandra, I'll explain it as best as possible in a second here. Lewis Fuller says, yes, Mo T. Mo, welcome to the show, bro. Mo, bro, it rhymes, right? Just got in. Good evening, Eli. I'm glad you're hero by things ironed out with the other people. Well, I wouldn't quite say things are ironed out. I think things are heading in the right direction, Mo. And again, like I said, I'll share more about that in a second. I want to get through the chat here. I don't want to get behind the chat. Once I start talking, I'm not going to be able to address the chat for a little bit, and I want to at least be caught up with it. I really want to address everyone. Queen Helen Casey says, I came across a murder case that just got reopened. Okay, cool, Queen. Keep us in the loop. Keep us in the loop. Mo says, Mo T, glad you are ironing out things with the other side, with the other people. Stupid correction. Don't worry about it, bro. It's your iPhone or Android. You know, you got the predicted text, right? I get it. We all make. I don't think people really care when you're texting. I try to be, perfect with my grammar and spelling even when texting. But sometimes, we're typing fast. We're busy. I get it, right? No big deal, bro. Thank you so much, though, Mo. Moog. I called you Moog. Mo, not Moog. Mo. Okay. Oh, the doctor's in the house. And nobody banned him. Listen, Coach Eli, these women ain't nothing but, I see what you say, bro. I'm a monetized channel. I can't say that. The doctor's in the house. Dr. Trim hits. American Dream 1.5's in the house. Hey, Dream, I'm at work right now. I just popped in. Dream, when are you doing a panel stream next, bro? Because I want to come on your panel. Like I told you, American Dream, I want to be a regular on your panels, and eventually, when you get the time, I want you to be a regular on mine, because you and I can do some great things together. Queen Helen Case says, "Hello, Dream." Motique says, "Don't want to go looking for trouble, but if they come at you, drop them out a window." Okay. Motique says, "Thanks." American Dream says, "I'm back." Deceptive says, "I'm glad I decided to give you a second chance." Deceptive, why is that? I'm just curious to know. American Dream with the $1 super chat. Dream, let's give you a big round of applause. Dream, I think you've super chatted more than anyone in the history of this channel since I've been monetized. I've been monetized since December of 2019. So how long have I been monetized now for on this channel? December, it's 12, January, February, March, 15 months. I've been monetized a year and 3 months on this channel now. And I'll share a bit about monetization because the other side was talking about it. I'm gonna respond to what the other side was saying because I understand where they're coming from, and I really want them to know, where I stand and why I do what I do. Lewis Fuller says, "You're welcome." Queen Helen Case says, "Not no more." American Dream 1.5 says, "Hi, Queen." Motique says, "You're a good friend to us all. You stand strong in the mix of hate." Yeah, bro. Mo, I've dealt with so much hate in my life. I'm immune to it. You see, it doesn't bother me, Mo. I can deal with hate and ignore it, and it doesn't faze me. But when these people are coming at people I care for, that haven't become as strong as myself, at least not yet, then that's what I stand up for. I stand up for the people. American Dream 1.5 says, "Thank you," calls me Coach Eli. Cassandra of Troy, did you hear that the YouTuber Lil Fungus wants to collaborate with you? It didn't seem to me that she was trolling. I don't know much about her, though. Did she mention that again tonight? I was skimming through that stream because I wasn't there when he first went live. I had things to do. And then I heard her, and I guess her and Jamie were kind of going back and forth, and Jamie's girlfriend was on there. And yeah, I'd love to hear her story. I really would. I really would love to hear her story. And I think she realizes I will give her a platform and not attack her for being a hermaphrodite. And they don't even call that, I don't think they call it that anymore nowadays. But I really seriously want to learn more. When I was younger, when I first heard about hermaphrodites, yes, I was immature, don't get me wrong, and I had some similar jokes that I cracked. Oh, no, you're not talking about, oh, that's pink parasite. Sorry, I'm talking about the wrong person. You're talking about little fungus. You're talking about little fungus. I was talking about pink parasite. Pink parasite is the woman that has, both body parts. You're talking about little fungus. Yes, she was the one on the panel. I'm sorry. I get those two confused because they're both young. They're both I think in their 20s, early 20s. I'm sorry about that. American Dream 1.5, I'm glad I saw the interview with Mr. R. You were calm, mature, and professional. Mr. R was irrational and rudely inappropriate because he can't trigger me anymore. Dream. There's no point going on a panel with someone that just wants me to get triggered and make content out of me. He is not open to a civil conversation. A civil conversation with him puts him out of business. Does that make sense? But thank you for that, bro. Deceptive duality. I decided to have more of an open mind. I will reveal myself in all due time. No worries. No problem. Take your time. Thank you for being here. Mo Teague with the $3 super sticker. Thank you, bro. This round of applause is for you and for Dream for the super chats. Thank you. Yes. The super sticker and the super chat. All right. American Dream 1.5, I mean mature. No, I know what you meant, Dream. You're at work, you're typing fast on your phone. I get it. 8-Ball Jack, create not hate. Can you sing the song? No. But thank you for reminding me. Maybe someday soon I'll do the create not hate song again. As a matter of fact, those of you that have been following me for a while, remember I used to be good friends with someone named Granny Monster, and she had stepped away from YouTube for a while. I'm still subscribed to her. I haven't talked with her in a while, and I don't know if she wants to talk with me. But she actually started putting out some content about a month ago or so. So she's doing okay. And she's the one that introduced me to the create not hate, concept through a group that started that out here on YouTube. So thank you for reminding me about that 8-Ball Jack. That's great. Maybe one of these days I'll do the create not hate song or rap or whatever you call it. Deceptive duality. I will reveal myself when the time is right, brother, and you and everyone will be surprised. Maybe you're Susie. I mean, you're probably someone, or maybe you're even Kelly. I'm not going to mention last names. I was thinking about this, deceptive. When people are like this, and it's cool. I'm cool with the way you are. I do you, okay? But my intuitive mind starts to run. Like when I'm laying down in bed at night or on my couch watching TV before bedtime, and I start to think, who could it be now, right? Like Men at Work, who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away. Don't come around here no more. Right? Remember that song? That's the song for the Trolls. Men at Work's classic song from the 80s. Who can it be now? You see, someone should cut a video on Ronaldo Smith Jenkins, a.k.a. Trim Hits, a.k.a. the Doctor, right? Who can it be knocking at my door, right? And when I say door, I'm talking about my live chat, right? Because he likes to troll, right? Mo Teague says, exactly at American Dream. Dream says, exactly Coach Eli and Mo. Cassandra of Troy, no worries. Pink would be interesting to interview as well. Even if he tries to trigger you, it won't work. Who are you talking about? You're talking about James or Raleigh or any of them? It won't work. It just won't. It won't. I don't get triggered out here anymore. I don't. I'm sorry. Deceptive duality. I told you I'm a dude. Yeah, sorry about that. I apologize. You are a guy. I'm sorry about that. I apologize, bro. I apologize. I mean it. I mean it. Motig, I think it is fun guessing who it is. That's true. American Dream 1.5. Hashtag Men at Work. That's right. Do you remember Men at Work, bro? Who can it be now? And then they play the saxophone. Nobody uses saxophones in their pop hits anymore. The only place you hear saxophones nowadays is within jazz music. But I loved 80s music that used the sax. The saxophone is a great instrument. Who loves a saxophone? Do you young kids even know what a saxophone is? All right. We're at 35 minutes. Let me get right to this here. Earlier tonight, about an hour and a half ago, I had tuned in. I was scrubbing through Like in Theory stream. I wanted to hear, if the show was still on. And yes, it's going to be on Punkstatic on Monday night. As soon as he puts the event up, I'll share it on my community tab. And I'll probably end up going live an hour or hour and a half before he goes live and promote the show. Motique says, I like jazz. Queen Helen Casey, today's music is all garbage. I agree. Today's music is crap. It is. Cassandra of Troy, no, I meant Pink. He goes by he, him. American 1.5, I was in a band for a while. My best buddy played the saxophone. Great instrument, huh, Dream? And he puts the saxophone, what's that, the emoji? That's cool, Dream. That's cool, man. Yeah, so I was scrubbing through Like in Theory stream. And then I ended up just moving forward to where it was live. And guess who was on the panel? RJ Sandifer. All right, let's listen in. What's going to happen? It was RJ, and obviously it's Jamie's stream, so he's there. Jamie's girlfriend was there. Who else was there? Fungus was there, and I guess initially, before RJ popped on, I guess Jamie was going back and forth with her. Cassandra, or whoever was mentioning that earlier, did Lil Fungus say she wanted to talk? Like, did she say that on the stream, or what actually happened? These people could reach out to me. My Coach Eli email is still active. You go below the description, Coach Eli at coach@eliasmelas.com. Then RJ came on, and RJ, again, I don't know if he's doing this for fun or whatever. He started talking a little smack about me, and that's okay, not a big deal. And I'm like, all right, no big deal. Then he continued talking smack about me, right? Then I think they were trying to incite him to call me the C-U-C-K word, right? And I said, all right, I'm going to be going live soon. Let me pop on. Let me just get my headset, get on my phone, and get on the StreamYard. I go on there, and I basically told RJ, I said, RJ, look, dude, if you want to call me that derogatory word, call me that derogatory word. You want to call me that? And, he didn't say it right away, but then eventually he ended up saying it, and he was just saying it for fun. So not a big deal, right? Not a big deal. I think people are different when the person they're talking smack about is not there. And when that person's there, it's not the same effect, right? Because we can actually respond to you right there, right? That's why I went on, right? Yes, Little Fungus truly wants to meet you. It's not about meeting me. It's about working with me. When you say meet, it sounds like a date. She's a married woman, I believe, and she lives far away. Actually, She lives in California, huh? Isn't that what they were saying? Like there are a couple people in California? Somebody came in my chat and said that they live in Daly City, which is literally 25 minutes north of me. It's just a little south of San Francisco. Daly City is right next door to San Bruno, which is where the YouTube headquarters are at in San Bruno, California. This is all starting to make sense now. Does she live in California? They are so childish, but they're supposed to be grown up, says Dream. Absolutely. Motig, hit the like button. Thank you. Yeah, we've got 9 likes. Hit the like button, please, folks. Queen Helen Casey, the other side needs a baby bottle. Thanks, Queen. Mach 1 Productions. What up, y'all? Hey, what's up, Mach 1? How you doing? Welcome to the show. So, after the RJ thing, actually, before RJ even came on and I came on, the Jamie's girlfriend was saying, RJ, I can't keep going back and forth. It's causing all these issues. I'm going to just pop off, and I'm just not going to get involved. You can do what you want to do. I'm just not going to get involved with you at all, right? And I was like, wow, okay. Doesn't have to be that way. The only problem I have is this guy being forced to pick sides, right? He can go hang out with you guys when he wants. He can hang out with us when he wants, right? That was my only problem. But I was like, wow, okay. So I pop on the panel, and next thing you know, she pops back on after, me being on there for a few minutes and talking with RJ. And then we started talking. And they asked me a few questions, and they thought I was deflecting. I'm not deflecting. I'll answer everything on Monday. I'm not deflecting one bit. I'll answer anything and everything. But you need to meet first. What are you talking about you need to meet first? Cassandra, you're being vague. Can you tell me a little bit more? What do you say, but you need to meet first? What are you talking about? More specific. Anyway, so I'm doing good. HBU. How about you, right? Short code, right? I'm doing quite well, Mock. Thank you for being here. Sandra Troy says, no, I'm sorry. I truly meant she wants to work with you. Mock 1 says, at American Dream sup. Okay. So, to make a long story short, I was talking with Like in Theory's girlfriend. She was kind of coming at me initially. But, and then I said, are you getting triggered already? It's like, I don't want to trigger you, but, I even said, I'll be honest. Are you going to lose your emotional self-control? And I had to say, honestly, she didn't really lose it. I mean, maybe she was kind of coming at me a little bit, but let me tell you something. When this woman's lost it before, you don't want to be around her when she's losing it. Okay? So, ma'am, I'm proud of how you handled yourself. And I'm not here to talk smack tonight. I'm here to be good on my word. And it's not even being good on my word. This is how I feel about, my experience on that panel tonight. I'm not influenced by what you asked me to do to say this. This is coming from the bottom of my heart. Because I only say things I feel when I know people are being reasonable, right? Reasonable and genuine, right? And before I say this, I want to mention, folks, that with me, it's always about being unbiased and objective. Let me repeat that one more time. This is where people have a problem with me. I'm always unbiased and objective, meaning that, for example, if somebody I don't like says something that is true, whether I like it or not, I'll agree with them because right is right and wrong is wrong. Whether you like somebody or not, right is right and wrong is wrong. That's why I say I'm objective and unbiased with my opinions. I know it's short code, bro. Bro, just because I'm 47 and I'm not a millennial or Gen Zer, I get this short code stuff. I think it's kind of funny because I didn't grow up with this stuff, right? I've had technology since it came out, bro, and I'm well versed. I just laugh at it because nobody writes things out fully anymore. I mean, how HOW about ABOUTU. It's like HBU now. LOL. You know, IDK, right? Like nobody writes things out anymore. We're becoming illiterate, aren't we? Right? It's all good. It's all good. It's all gravy, right? It's all gravy, right? Right, Doc? That's an inside joke. American Dream 1.5 says Coach Eli is a strong, confident man. He is objective and unbiased. I am, Dream. You're not just saying that. I truly am. So I saw something happen on that panel tonight. I saw a side of Jamie I thought I would never see, that I've wanted to see. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do what the TV shows do. I'm going to do what anyone would do here. We're going to step away for a little break, and I'll let you know what happened and my thoughts about it when I get back. How's that? Keep the audience around, right? Give me a second here. Huh. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to cue up some royalty-free music, and when I get back, you're not going to want to miss this. Mach1 says, exactly, Gen Z doesn't spell full words out no more. It's very rare to do that, LOL. It's all good, bro. I think that's the way we're headed, man. We're just going to become very illiterate, more illiterate here in the U.S. than we already have been, right? And other countries like China are just going to destroy us education-wise, right? It's all good, right? HBU, LOL, IDK, LMFAO, right? LOLZ. We have the LOLZ now, right? Oh boy, I'm old school. I mean, I get the modern world. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I get it, right? But like, I just wish sometimes things would go back to the way it used to be. Life was so much easier back then. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was a little bit easier. Nowadays, it's like, you know, you got these things here, right? You got these things here, you know, the smartphone's attached to your hip. See, there's my thumbnail, right? You got these beautiful phones, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I mean, that's beautiful, right? Okay. This thing, like, I don't even bring my laptop when I go away on a weekend trip anymore because this thing does everything I need it to do. And it's more powerful than my laptop anyway. Anyway, let's cue up that music so I can get on back here and share with you folks my thoughts. Let me see here. I need to put on some long songs. Need a little bit more of a break here. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, one more. Let's see. Okay, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we return, when we return, I'm just blown away. Just stick around. We'll be right back. Lots is happening in the chat. I'll get to the chat in just a second. Oh, yeah. Whew. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. We're back. We're back. We're back. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Eli, live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Glad you could all join me on this Saturday night, unless you're on the West Coast. Sorry, unless you're on the East Coast and you're in Central Time, right? So it is 1:32 a.m. Eastern Time. 12:32 a.m. Central Time, right? And 10:32 p.m. Pacific Time in my neck of the woods. West Coast is the best coast for streaming, like Jamie has said in the past, right, James? Right? You say East Coast is the best coast for everything except for streaming. It's the West Coast, right? Obviously, we're 3 hours behind, right? But we're not behind in anything else. Anyway, we'll leave that one alone. Maybe we'll talk about that on Monday. Tonight, folks, we are discussing self-work corrects past failures and makes you emotionally stronger. Self-work corrects past failures and makes you emotionally stronger. I shared quite a bit about what that topic means to me and how I worked on myself to become emotionally stronger, to be able to make better decisions, to not get triggered and let other people get to me, right? And if you miss any parts of that first segment, go back and check out the replay when it goes to a replay. And this topic tonight, is going to relate very well to a story I'm going to continue, or towards a story I'm going to continue sharing here in just a second after I get to the chat. I'm going to leave off where I left off regarding something happened tonight. I've seen a side of Jamie I never thought I would see, that I was kind of hoping at some point I would see. And I don't know if you're going to understand what I'm saying, Jamie. Whether you do or you don't, it's irrelevant or irrelevant, however you want to say it. You make fun of how I butchered that word one time, and it just happened, right? Not a big deal, right? But it's actually a very good thing. And the reason why this is happening is because of someone that's come into his life recently. Yeah, a lot of people are not going to like what I have to say here, but it's the truth. And like I mentioned earlier, I am like a neutral person. Whether I like someone or don't like someone, right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm objective and I am unbiased. And I'm going to share my unbiased opinions about this, despite my feelings about certain people, including these people, right? Let's see here. Mach 1 Production says, exactly, Gen Z doesn't spell full words out. No more. It's very rare to do that. I read that earlier. Dream says, break time. Queen says, China is going to destroy the education. All right. They're trying to take over. Well, they're going to. They're going to if we don't do something about it. Oh, well. American Dream 1.5 says, when children stop saying yes, ma'am, and sir, society character has declined. Right. There's a lack of respect in the modern world, Dream, with our youth. They lack respect. A lot of them lack maturity, personal maturity. It's really, really sad. That's what makes what I do a lot more difficult, because we're dealing with a different generation that's being raised differently. And I will agree with what Jamie said one time. It's my generation and the boomers that, created this. How else can I put it? They're the ones that raised the kids to be this way, right? I get that. That's where it stems from. Dream says, awesome song. Great. All right, let's get right to it here. I saw a side of Jamie tonight I thought I would never see. And, there were a few people, I guess, including myself, that was kind of, going at his girlfriend. I used to be friends with his girlfriend for a year. I know her quite well. And she was trying to be reasonable, at least tonight. I'm not saying, ma'am, you can't be reasonable. At other times you have been, but there are times where you're not reasonable. There are times where you're out here on YouTube having fun and you're doing certain things that are working for, your boyfriend's channel in the ways it needs to grow. And a lot of people aren't happy with the way that channel is run. And when you're helping someone out with that, whether it's your intention to offend somebody or not, or come up a certain way or not, you're basically supporting that message, right? So you're putting yourself in the line of fire. And when we were calling her out on that, myself, some other people, Jamie stepped in and went to bat for her. And I, made a snarky remark, and I said, wow, you're white knighting for your girlfriend on your own stream. Wow, that's white knighting, bro. And I said it for a reason. That's what he was doing, but I'm not criticizing the guy for doing that. Despite my feelings about you, Jamie, about other things, which I still feel the same way about those things, my opinion about things you've done in the past to myself and others is still the same. And same thing for you, ma'am. You've done some things. I've done some things. We've all done some things that, weren't that great, right? For whatever reason, right? But in this moment, I will tell you, in this moment, when he did that, it showed me something. It showed me that he really, really cares about this woman. And they even mentioned that they're going to end up meeting in person sometime soon, and that's great. I wish you both the best. Okay? And despite what other people think, and despite the 12-year age difference, age is nothing but a number. If it works, it works. And quite honestly, this woman and Jamie, they have a lot in common. And a lot of the things that they do and the risks that they take are very similar. They're big risk takers doing things that most people wouldn't risk, like myself. I'm more of a goody-goody. I'll admit that. I'm more of a goody-goody, right? But both this woman and Jamie are risk takers. They're the type of people that will push the boundaries quite a bit, right? But if you go back and watch parts of that stream and you watch Jamie's demeanor, he was pretty cool and calm, at least towards the end of that stream, right? Especially when people were coming at his woman. And I haven't seen that side of him. And if I'm going to be honest with you folks and be objective and be unbiased, I think that despite what people think about their relationship, I think this woman has done good for him in certain ways. Now, some of the things or many of the things that they do and work on together, I don't agree with, but that's not the point here, right? I think what's really happening here is that they bonded, they've been talking behind the scenes, and this woman brings something to Jamie that he didn't get from his mother while growing up. Now, I'm not saying that this woman is a replacement mother for Jamie. And I'm not saying that, this is like a mother figure to him. But I do remember talking with this woman behind the scenes before I parted ways from her many months ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. I know, Queen. Queen, listen, I'm not saying you have to change your opinion. Um, I'm looking at the chat right now, and let me just read this, and I'll get back to the story. Cassandra of Troy, Eli, someone in the chat earlier said that your top moderator actually ate poop. Dream is a newer moderator here. And everybody's equal, but if I had to choose who my top moderator is, it's Queen Helen Casey. You're talking about Dream. And I never saw that video, and if he ate poop, that's on him, right? Maybe he had a moment. Maybe he was trying to entertain people. They're talking about American Dream. So what? Even if he did do that, so what? People have done crazy things. People have done crazier things on the other side than this, right? It's not a big deal. So I'm going to move past it. Queen says, I wouldn't watch that wolf with a 10-foot pole. I don't blame you for that. That's and I'm not saying that I'm becoming his friend or he's becoming my friend. All I'm saying is that I'm seeing a change in him. I'm seeing a change in him. And I think all of this, I'm not trying to take credit for it, but I think part of what I've done has helped him indirectly without him realizing it. And this woman coming into his life has given him the nurturing love type of feeling that he never got from his mother. That's why when people would talk about his mother, he'd get triggered because they were right. People don't get triggered regarding anything unless it's the truth, right? The truth triggers people especially when it hurts, right? So this woman that he's seen, yes, they look at each other as boyfriend and girlfriend, and she doesn't look at him as her son, and he doesn't look at her as his mother. But she brings that nurturing, motherly type of love to Jamie that he never got from his mother. Does that make sense, Dream? You say exactly, Coach Eli. Well, we were talking about your situation, but as far as the Jamie situation, that's what I saw tonight. That's why he white knighted for her. Call it white knighting, call it standing up for your woman. Look, Jamie, I'm not going to knock you down for that. I'm not going to be like those MGTOW guys, right? That, call any guy a white knight that wants to date a woman, that even breathes near a woman, right? Yeah, if you want to technically look at it, it was white knighting, but there are times where you need the white knight for a woman that you're with. But you got to make sure it's the right woman and it's for the right reason. And in this case, I commend you. Honestly, I commend you. I actually respect that. And I don't really have a lot of respect for you. And on the flip side, you feel the same way about me. But that was a very respectful moment. And I'm going to pay my respect to you regarding that. You stood your ground. You also did something that I should have done years ago when you guys were attacking my girlfriend at that time, Dana, right? The same thing was happening to me on my former channel with my ex, Dana, who was my girlfriend at the time. She used to come on my channel, right? These people were coming at her, and I wanted to stand up for her, but I didn't. You know why I didn't? Because I didn't want to be called a white knight. And you want to know what that was? That was a damn insecurity. I have my moments too. It was. That was a damn insecurity. I should have stood up for her. I should have white knighted for her and not cared about what these people thought. But I was new to YouTube, and I just wanted to fit in with a group, and I just wanted things to be cool so my life on YouTube would be easy. I made a mistake. I'll admit that. But again, earlier tonight, Jamie stood up for his woman. And regardless if it's an internet relationship or wherever it goes, the bottom line is he stood up for somebody that he cares for. He proved to me that he genuinely cares for her. Because there's no man on the planet that's going to white knight for a woman, especially publicly on their own stream, if they don't really care about her. Folks, you know my opinion about Jamie and a lot of the things he's done to me and other people, right? But right is right and wrong is wrong. Like I said, right is right and wrong is wrong. In this case, I got to say, I'm pretty proud of him. I am. I'm pretty proud of him. I can sit here and be a strong person and even pay someone props that's been coming at me for years in many different ways and has made lots of money off my name and yada, yada, yada. We don't have to go back. But despite all that, I can come out here and say, I'm proud of you, dude. This was a defining moment. This is a turning point in your life. Now, again, I don't condone a lot of the things that he does and this woman does, but that's who they are, right? They like to push boundaries, right? And that's just who they are, right? But at the end of the day, what he did tonight actually showed me that he is really trying to become a better person, become a better man. He's trying to really learn how to better contain his emotions. You know, there are lots of videos out here on this platform regarding me losing emotional self-control, and there are a lot of them on Jamie as well, and he really lost it, probably more so than I've ever lost it. I mean, maybe it's similar. Him and I have both been very triggered. Like, there are videos out there where Jamie was super triggered, but same with me, right? And for him to do what he did tonight and have the emotional self-control he displayed, it's showing me that this woman is doing good for him. And ma'am, listen, I don't want to talk smack about you or him, right? The only things I don't like is when people come at my people, especially disabled people that are vulnerable, right? I still stand tall on that, but I can move past that. And I can respect your wishes, especially after what I saw happen tonight. I didn't come out here and say this tonight because you asked me to, ma'am. I did it because of what Jamie did to stand up for you. The white knighting he did was for a good reason. It was warranted. It was warranted white knighting. Now, there may be a lot of guys that cut this out there and say Jamie white knights for and put out her full name and dox her. You know who these people are, right? But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is this was a warranted white knight moment. And looking back, if I could do it all over again, back in the days when you guys were coming at my woman during that time, I would have white knighted for her too. I regret not doing it. I do. It was a mistake. It was an insecurity because I didn't want to be labeled a white knight by a bunch of people that are subpar towards the type of person I am, or compared to the type of person I am. American Dream 1.5 says, Mr. J may have evolved, outcome undetermined, but anything is possible. You know, Dream, I'll come out here and say this. I think this is a turning point for him. Regardless of what he says about me or others or what he continues doing, I think he really, really, really wants to be a better person, be a better man. I think he's been trying to find his way to becoming that better man. But he didn't have. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't love his mom. He does, right? But his mom did not give him the nurturing love that he feels he's getting from this woman. This woman, before we parted ways, she even told me, like, you guys don't know Jamie the way I do. When she told me that many months ago before I parted ways with her, I didn't believe her. But now I've seen it with my own two eyes. Despite what's happened, what you have with Jamie, ma'am, has made a difference in his life. And I think it makes you feel good and closely connected to him because you've filled in the missing void that he didn't have from his mother. You've been kind of like a motherly figure to him, but not in that way. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that you want to be his mother and you know, that he wants you to be his mother, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not criticizing you folks. I'm saying that that's why you told me that back then. That's how intuitive I am. you got through to him and filled in the missing void that he so desperately wanted, or any kid desperately wants from their mother and father, that nurturing love growing up. He didn't get that from his family, but he's wanted it, right? I'm actually blown away, to be honest with you. I'm not playing right now. No BS. No BS. This is a defining moment, folks. And I'm not saying that I had a big hand in Jamie seeing this, but I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I've talked about, Jamie relates to, or he puts himself in those examples, right? I'm not trying to take credit. I don't want credit. But I honestly feel that what we do over here on my side, on the positive side of things, has helped them in some way, directly or indirectly. And this woman coming along, the more so I look at it now after what I saw earlier tonight and what he did for her to stand up for her, I'm like, dude, that takes balls. That takes balls. It takes strength emotionally. It takes maturity. I can respect that, dude. If that's the way you start to live your life, then I can fully respect you, dude. And I can be proud of you, and I want to be proud of you. It's an emotional moment for me because, I never wanted to come at this guy or anybody, right? I come at people to try to shake him up and say, come on, you're better than that. You're worth so much more than what you're putting out there or what you're doing, right? He's a talented guy that is wasting his talents on things that are making him a little bit of money now, but if he just focused more on a positive message, he would make a lot more money and have something more to be proud of. I still stand tall on that. Hey, whatever he decides to do, that's on him, right? But he worked on himself. Going back to the topic, self-work corrects past failures, right? And makes you emotionally stronger. For the first time in almost 4 years or so that I've known Jamie, he showed emotional strength tonight. What's there not to be proud regarding that? Despite what's happened between him and I. Right? I'm actually blown away. So there you go, ma'am. There you go, ma'am. I hope you appreciate what I did here tonight. And I didn't do it because you asked me to do it. I did it because I felt it was the right thing to do after what I saw Jamie display tonight, to stand up for you. It's a proud, defining moment for the both of you. And I sincerely wish you both the best of luck. And I really hope that we don't have to keep this back and forth thing going and having, people like RJ go back and forth. Let RJ come here and we let him go there. Let people go where they want to go. Let's not try to control where people should and shouldn't go, right? And let's try to discuss things, that are more reasonable than attacking people. I think if Jamie takes his channels and his commentary and philosophy and commentary panels into a more constructive route and cuts out the attacks and the stupid things people do, I think he can get a lot further, right? But see, Jamie, you think if you cut all that BS out, that your streams are going to be boring. No, they're going to be more constructive. You may lose some people, but in the long run, you're going to gain an audience of better people, and it's going to be sustainable more long term, and you're going to have something to be proud of to take to the grave with you, bro. Mr. J is being nurtured. He is. And I say it respectfully because when you say nurtured, it's going to come off like she's being like a mother figure to him. And maybe she kind of is. But she wants to have something with him, and he wants to have something with her. He never got that nurturing love from his mom. and she's providing that. I even told her when they first got together, before I parted ways with her, his girlfriend when we were friends in 2020. I said, yeah, you're like a mother figure to him. I get that. And I know you want to have kids and you feel bad for him. And I do too. And I've tried to get through to him, and so have many others. Maybe you might be the one. And maybe she is. Maybe this was meant to be. I feel things happen for a reason. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. For whatever reason these two got together, everything has a purpose. And I can actually respect this now that I better see what's going on. Not because I didn't have an idea of what was going on before, but because of what I saw Jamie display tonight, to stand up for his woman on his own panel and risk the scrutiny of the court of public opinion. What's there not to respect about that? American Dream 1.5 says, with Mr. J, it's like watching your son hit milestones in cognitive development. Yep. He's getting now what he should have gotten at age frickin' 10, right? He's getting it 25 years later, but it's not his fault. How can you blame the guy? I never blamed the guy. I've called him the spoiled entitled millennial, right? I've called him that not because I wanted to attack the guy, but because he didn't have the best upbringing and it wasn't fair. And I still think it's not fair, right? I'm not trying to criticize your mother, Jamie, but the things that she's done and the open relationship with your father and the dating website, dude, as a little kid, that had to hurt seeing your mother and father be like that, right? It probably confused you, and I don't blame you, dude. I'm not attacking you, dude. I feel bad for what you've been through, genuinely, dude. Genuinely, dude. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm actually happy for the both of them, sincerely. Because what I experienced on that panel tonight, there were some crazy things. I'm still going to talk about a few other things. But that made my night. It did. So, ma'am, yeah, I'm not gonna mention you anymore. I haven't mentioned your name, but people know who you are. So, according to the guidelines, I'm not putting your name out there, but people know who you are. So I'm not going to talk about you, at least in the negative ways. And I never wanted to talk about you negative ways anyway. I just wanted people to stop coming at RJ and other disabled people. And I think that's going to stop now anyway. So American Dream 1.5 says, Coach Eli is an open-minded, objective practicalist. He can show you effective solutions to your current problems. Adelaide's Advice Addict, I was on your stream earlier today. It's great to see you here. How you doing? Thank you for being here. American Dream 1.5 with a thumbs up. American Dream 1.5 furthermore says, Mr. J has been suffering for so long. I'm sad right now inside my spirit. For me too, bro. I seriously am. I'm having a moment here. I knew this about him for years. I've talked about this guy. When I was with my ex, Dana, we did a video on him. We were saying the same things, right? And it triggered him, right? It triggered him because this is what he needed. He finally got what he should have gotten 25 plus years ago from his mother. And that's why he gets so triggered when people found his mother's dating site and they started calling his dad the C-U-C-K word, right? He got triggered because it was all true, right? And instead of his mom and dad focusing on giving him the nurturing love that any kid would need at that age, right? They would do other things. Let's put it that way. Respect, 100% respect, Mr. J. Yeah. Hey, Jamie, we're a lot more reasonable than you think, right? We're a lot more reasonable than you think, right? I knew this about you all along, dude. This is exactly what I've been trying to get through to you since I've known you. 4 years ago, when I first met you, I wanted to collaborate with you because you had good content. And you came at me saying you don't trust anyone. You've been through a lot out here on YouTube. YouTube changed their monetization system to the point of where now they have the yellow icon, not suitable for most advertisers, and you lost a lot of ad revenue. You even said you're thinking about shutting down your YouTube channel. But do you remember what I told you? Don't do it. Don't do it. I'll help you. Even if you don't want to work together, I'll help promote you. I'll share you out. I'll do these things, right? You were about to throw in the towel, bro, and I came along. And I felt your pain. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy, right? What's wrong? He has good content, but why is he afraid to work with me? Because he's been hurt many times because he never got the nurturing love from his mother and father. He's been hurt so many times, but the people that hurt him the most were his own parents. I can't blame him for that at all. I get it now. I kind of got it all along anyway, but I think he now sees it. And whether he can come out and say, hey, Eli, it makes sense, I don't care. I don't need a pat on the back, and I don't need you to agree with me. All I care about is that you're heading in the right direction. And that actually makes me proud. Adelaide says, good night, everyone. Good night, Adelaide. We'll be wrapping this up really soon, too, as well. Couple more things before we get on out of here. Couple more things. Rogue Internet Man jumped on that panel before I got off. And he came on the panel just to try and attack me again, and I just ignored him. And you know what Rogue said? He said, you just got rid of the coach title so you can talk smack about people on the internet. No, dude. Let me tell you something. My title or non-title doesn't define what I say and don't say. Right? As a matter of fact, most people here on my channel call me coach anyway. They want me to bring the coaching thing back. Whether they've said it privately to me or not, they still put coach on the or in the chat, right? And like you say, Rogue Internet Man, we're all a bunch of zeros and ones on the internet, right? But I'm a 0 and 1 that's actually really here. You see me? My face, my name, right? And right here it says Eli, Elias Melas, right? And before I used to say Coach Eli, right? Because we're all digital characters online, right, with zeros and ones, I can add the word coach right now live on the air. As a matter of fact, Rogue, just for you, because you're saying you just canned the coach part of your name so you can talk smack about people on the internet. I don't like talking smack about anyone on the internet or off, bro. I respond to things that I want to respond to. And I try to respond to them as maturely and professionally as possible, which is why I trigger some of you folks, right? Because I'm pretty much spot on about most of what I'm talking about, right? But I'll tell you what. Why don't we do this? Right? How hard would it be for me to add back in the Coach Eli, right? That's all it takes, right? Let's do that. Let's just do that. How hard was that, right? How hard would that be, right? Give me a second here. I mean, seriously. How does that look, Dream? How does that look, everybody, right? I mean, we're zeros and ones, right? We're zeros and ones, right? If I want to be just Eli, all I have to do is go on the back end of my OBS, Open Broadcast Software, and delete that, right? Or I can add it back in, right? Why don't we leave it at that? Let's just leave it at that. Why don't we just bring back Coach Eli? Because it doesn't really matter, right? That's what people want to call me anyway, right? Let's leave it up for the rest of the show and see what people say, right? Let's give them something to talk about, right? Right? I'm not going to butcher. That's Bonnie Raitt, right? Bonnie Raitt, let's give them something to talk about. Right? Like in Theory, Girlfriend. You know that song, right? You and him have certainly been giving him something to talk about, right? We've been talking about it all the time, right? Oh, boy. How about love? Let's give him something to talk about. American Dream says professional. Were you responding to the question I asked Dream when I said, how does that look? Whether I'm called Coach Eli or whatever, I'm going to do the same thing. This is what I love doing. This is who I am. Some people are going to hate me. Some people are going to love me. Whatever's happened in the past, whatever videos are out there, whatever things I've said, even if they were hateful, they were on accident, I apologize for them. The right people are going to overlook that and still want to support someone like me, right? So I'm not worried about it. Coach or no coach, I say what I want to say, when I want to say it, and how I want to say it. Now, remember the final thing I want to talk about. Jamie was talking on his stream about monetization. He was saying, dude, you're worried too much about monetization. You make 50 cents per stream or video, right? I actually make more than that. You don't know how much I make because you don't understand how I run my channel. If you've been watching my channel, not only are there ads at the beginning, I use what are called mid-roll ads, and I add an ad every 15 minutes. Sometimes if people watch my entire stream, one person is watching 5 to 10 ads, right? So you got to understand that, yes, according to only running ads at the beginning and not mid-roll and at the end, because you know how monetization works, James. You're now monetized on your Punksthetic channel. You can put ads at the beginning of the video. You can spread them across, throughout the entire video and at the end, right? Right? So just because I'm only getting, let's say I'm getting 500 views, on a video, right? And you folks don't understand how ads work. It works off of the CPM. CPM stands for cost per mil, which means per 1,000. So basically, for every 1,000 ads that people see on your video, they say cost per 1,000 views, but now because there are mid-roll ads, it's cost per 1,000 ads, right? For every 1,000 ads that are viewed on that video, you get paid what the CPM is. Actually, the CPM, let's say the CPM. Some topics give you higher ad rates, right? My average CPM is like $10 to $15 per 1,000 ads shown on each video, right? So let's say that my CPM is $10, right? Now, CPM is split between you and YouTube/Google. We get 55% and they get 45%, right? So 55% of $10, a $10 CPM is $5.50. That means for every 1,000 ads that are displayed on that video, I get $5.50, not 50 cents, right? So think about it. If I do, let's say 50 streams per month, what do you think I'm making, right? I'm making a few $100s per month in ad revenue, and that doesn't include super chats. I'm only sharing this for example purposes, right? But I don't even care about what I'm making. That's peanuts, right? It's more than most people my size are making because I know how to use mid-roll ads and all that, right? And I talk about topics that have higher ad rates, CPM, right? But I'm not focused about the now. When my channel grows, and it will grow, and then I'm getting 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 views, that's when the ad rates are going to come in, right? No, Queen, super chats, they take 30%. When it comes to ad revenue, Queen, ad revenue is different than super chats. Super chats and super stickers and memberships, YouTube and Google get 30%, and the creators, we get 70%. When it comes to ad revenue, that aspect, when you see ads, we get 55% of the CPM, which is the ad rate that's charged to the advertiser per 1,000 ads shown. So on a $10 CPM, which is per 1,000 ads shown, I will get $5.50, and YouTube gets $4.50. YouTube and Google. Yes, you're right. When it comes to super chats, super stickers, and memberships, it is 30%. So if somebody gave me a $100 super chat right now, YouTube and Google gets $30, and I get $70 on that. So does that make sense? I just wanted to clear it up. So I'm not worried about the ad revenue now. I'm building my channel. And also, when you run a good, clean channel that's monetized like mine and all my videos are green, YouTube says, the monetization system doesn't affect your videos from being promoted or not. It does. They're just not saying that. Think about it. What videos are they going to promote more? Videos that can make them money or videos that don't make them any money, right? Or that aren't advertiser friendly? Think about it, right? So that's that. That's what I have to say about that. I wanted to respond to that, right? Because Jamie's saying, dude, you sit there and you watch what you say and you use different words or you spell things out and don't say them. I do that because, bro, I'm trying to make more ad revenue and I'm trying to get discovered more. And yes, I do need to also start making more pre-recorded videos. You're right, and I'm going to do that. But I've got a good game plan. I just wanted to respond and share my thoughts regarding what you said because I thoroughly understand how YouTube works. All right, folks, we are at 1 hour and 41 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me go through the chat one more time. American Dream 1.5 says, hashtag Coach Eli pulls their strings. They're so unrefined. Dream says yes to what I asked him earlier. And American Dream 1.5 says it makes sense, Coach 100. Dream, if you're around tomorrow, if you stream or you want to talk, I'd love to talk with you, bro. Privately, I have some ideas. Oh, by the way, Dream, let me ask you this. Would you be willing to go on that panel with me with Jamie on Monday night if he allows you to come on? I'm sure he would. Because I know these people have been coming at you. And I think if you and I can handle it on my own. I'm not afraid to go on there. I went on Rogues. I went on Raleigh. It's not about being afraid. I think that the time has come for you to come in and show your strength, bro, and be another voice of reasoning. So if you're down for that, and Jamie, you're probably going to hear this, let me know if you're open to bringing American Dream on as well. Him and I can come on together, start off the show, and then we bring on the rest of the cavalry. How's that? Dream says, okay, Coach. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. I'll be back tomorrow for one, maybe two streams. I'll probably do a walking stream at least tomorrow, and then maybe an in-studio one before or after. So stay tuned. Keep it locked here to the Grip on Life channel. Not much has been happening on Facebook lately, but that's okay. It's still free to broadcast over at the same time, so we're going to keep on doing it. Also, keep an eye on my community tab for clips I'll be sharing on there and other stuff. All the latest. Just go to my community tab often, daily, because you never know when I'm going to post something there. With that being said, have yourselves a great, great night, morning, and don't forget, daylight savings time starts at 2 a.m. Set your clocks back 1 hour if they don't automatically set back. Oh, sorry. No. It's not set back. It's not set back. It's moved forward. Sorry, I screwed that up earlier. I said set your clocks back. Ooh, it's forward. It's spring forward. Hang on a second. I butchered that earlier. Daylight savings time will begin at 2 a.m. on Sunday, March 14th. And so Give me a second here. One second here. It's spring forward, folks. We lose an hour. I was saying set your clocks back on my earlier stream and maybe earlier in this stream. It's spring forward, fall back. I butchered that. Make sure you set your clocks 1 hour ahead if they don't automatically adjust to daylight savings time. My apologies for that. Have a good one, folks. Take care. Bye. Bye.